Hello, friends, and welcome back to another round of stories about entitled people. Let's kick off today's story with a florist who's been in the business long enough to handle almost anything, except one customer who treats kindness like it's optional. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. All right, let's get into it. The Grinch Who Wanted Christmas Flowers. I, 40-year-old female, have worked retail/customer service for most of my life. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at it. I have a fair number of customers who followed me to another store when I got transferred. For the last 15 years, I've worked as a florist/department manager for a large grocery company, and overall, I love my job. Sure, there's a-holes, but having people come in telling me how much their loved one loved their flowers and how I made their day makes up for it. And then there's this a-hole. He came in a couple years ago, on December 23rd or 24th. I have my assistant on till while I'm on the floor trying to rush product out and offer help to customers. This miserable-looking old man comes up to me before I can even say hello while I've got my arms full of flowers and says, "I want Christmas flowers." Sure, we have red flowers right here, white and green to my left. If you pick out what you like, assistant will be happy to put them together for you. If you want something already made up, there's pre-made bouquets a little bit further. He gives me a look and huffs. "I said I want Christmas flowers. If you need help picking things out, just give me a minute here and I can..." He takes a step towards me and snaps, "Put down what's in your effing hands and help me." Normally, I just put on a smile in my customer service voice, but after the abuse we'd all taken during the pandemic, I was just done. I stared him down and calmly said, "No, you can talk to me with respect or I'm not going to help you." He started to mouth off at me again, but I turned away and finished putting flowers away. He tried arguing with me, but another customer swooped in like a glorious angel and took me away to ask for help. I told my store manager, who told me to page him the next time I saw him. I did, and my manager said he talked to the old dude and probably said something like, "LOL, be nice, please." My assistant and the department manager who were there before me both said they'd had issues with the customer being abusive before and nothing was ever done. A month or so ago, the old dude had returned. It had been a while since I'd seen him, so I didn't recognize him. I greeted him and was finishing up an order for delivery at my counter, so I told him that I'd be right with him. He asked if the flowers were fresh, and I said most of them had arrived the day before. I'd looked down for about 30 seconds to finish something. We usually have to work alone because we're never given extra hours, so sometimes we're trying to do multiple things at once. Most customers are understanding, especially regulars, and when I looked up, this man was staring daggers at me. "I'm sorry, did you need help with something?" He rolled his eyes and very sarcastically said, "Yeah." I started to go out to see what he needed and asked what he needed. He snapped, "Pick something for me." And then it clicked. "Sir, we've had this discussion before. If you can't be respectful, I'm not going to help you." He approached the counter and slammed his fist on it. I took a step back, so I was out of his reach. "I'm not being disrespectful." "You are, and you're being aggressive now." "I'd be happy to call my manager to come help you, but I'm not going to be helping you until you can behave yourself." It took everything I had to keep my voice steady. I could see a couple produce guys nearby, but not close enough to offer support. He smacked his fist on the counter and huffed, starting to storm off, "Shove it up your butt." I put on my sweetest smile and chirped back, "You too, sir. Have a lovely day." I don't even know why they keep you around. Who knows, sir? Diversity hire, I guess. As soon as he was done, I went in the back room and I was shaking. I wrote out a statement and gave a copy to my manager and a copy to my union rep. Haven't seen him since. My boss's suggestion was to kill him with kindness, bless his heart. Okay, let's applaud the part where you didn't perform emotional contortions to soothe a grown man's temper tantrum. He demanded respect by being disrespectful. A classic hand-tied-in-a-knot logic. You served him the exact menu item he deserved. Consequences. And our second story. A tale of 3 reserved grills and 1 very angry man. A few years ago, I was working at a home improvement store, and I was in charge of selling grills and other outdoor items. It was the day before the 4th of July, so we were selling tons of grills. I had a customer come into the store and ask for a very specific type of wood pellet grill that they saw on the website for their 4th of July party tomorrow. I told him no problem and I'll look it up to see if we have any in stock. The inventory tool said that we had 3 in stock in the back. I told the customer, it says we might have a few in the back, but I need to verify that they're not already reserved. He says, okay, make it fast. I have other errands. I leave to go to the back and I see the 3 girls all with reserve tags. As I walk back to the customer, he yells, "What the F took you so long?" I then told him, "Sorry, sir, the grills of this specific kind have all been reserved already, but we have a few other options if you'd be interested, or I can put in an order to get you this grill with about a 5-day lead time." He says, "No, I only want this grill and I need it today." I tell him, "I'm sorry, sir, there's nothing I can do to get you this type of grill by tomorrow." He then screams, "You're effing worthless. I promised people that I'd have this grill for my party tomorrow. I got the attention of everyone in the area, including my manager." At this point, I was PO'd, so I responded, "Maybe you should plan ahead next time." He really didn't like my response and yelled, "F you and go kill yourself." My manager, who'd just walked up and heard everything, looked at him and asked, "Are you kidding me? It's just a grill and you're yelling that at him? You need to leave now." The customer was then escorted out of the building while yelling about how I lied and that I need to be fired. I wish this was the only bad experience that I had that summer when grills were out of stock, but people really want their new grills that day. Dude sounds like a jerk. Who says that to someone, let alone a total stranger? You never know what someone's going through. Also, who promises a particular grill at a party? Like, "Oh, come over, I'm going to grill with a Von Your Char King Imperial. It'll be great." And our next story. I didn't read the whole coupon, but this story's about the same lady I had an issue with when she ordered some pants online to pick them up in-store. She promised she wouldn't return, but quickly came back. This happened the day after Black Friday. Reminder, I'm a merchandising manager at a department store. Me equals me, C equals customer, A equals associate. Okay, so for Black Friday and Saturday, our company put out an early bird coupon that expires at 1 p.m. Now, at 1 p.m., the line was still long, so the general manager extended that coupon until the line died, which was around 4 p.m. That's an extra 3 hours the customers had to use the expired coupon. It's now 7 p.m. The line's fairly long, so an associate and I went up to the registers to help the cashiers. As I'm ringing up, I noticed the customer I had an issue with last time next in line. The associate calls her up. Everything is normal until I hear this exchange. A, all right, your total is XX dollars and XX cents. C, I have this coupon with me. A, I'm sorry, ma'am, but that coupon expired at 1 p.m. C, no, it doesn't. Where does it say that? A, points at the big, bold, red, until 1 p.m. letters. Right there, ma'am. C, oh, well, I didn't see that. A, I'm sorry about that. Well, your total is XX dollars and XX cents. How would you like to pay? C, isn't there anything you can do about the coupon? A, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we actually extended the coupon for an additional 3 hours after it expired. It's now 6 hours past, so unfortunately I can't take the coupon. Would you like to talk to the manager? He's right behind me. C sees me and I think recognizes me. No, whatever. I'll just use my card. About an hour later. A, hey, OP, there's a customer wanting to talk to you on the phone. She's on line 2. Me. All right. Me. Thanks for holding. This is OP speaking. How can I help you? C, hi. Okay, so your cashier didn't want to accept my coupon earlier today. Here's what happened. I came into the store at around 11 a.m. to do some shopping, but the line was wrapped around the whole store, and I had my dog with me, so I left to drop him off. Then I came back at 1 p.m., and the line was still too long, so I left. Then I go at 6 after the line had died down a little, and I didn't see that the coupon expired at 1. Me. I see. So what exactly is your question? C. Well, can you do anything about it? I spent a lot of money there. Me. Well, we extended that coupon an extra 3 hours until the line died. Unfortunately, we also received an email from corporate about the recent increase in coupon abuse, and because we already extended the coupon, we can't honor it. Side note, that actually wasn't a lie. We really did receive that email, and people at other locations were actually getting terminated over it. C. I'm one of your best customers. You should do this for me. Me. I'm sorry, ma'am, but like I said, because of the 3-hour extension, we cannot. C. Whatever. I'll call tomorrow and try a different manager. Clicks. Me in my head, good luck with that. The assistant manager tomorrow's far less likely to do anything about it than me. Anyone who says they're a great customer and spends tons of money in the store are lying through their teeth. Good customers don't have to tell everyone. And our last story. The farmer's final word. My sister-in-law, Megan, bought a house in one of those luxury suburban developments outside of Kansas City. You know, where every driveway looks cloned and the HOA acts like it's running a gated utopia instead of a cul-de-sac of overpriced beige rectangles. Every house looked the same. Neutral tones, vinyl fences, 2 approved tree species, and neighbors who tattle faster than toddlers. The kind of place where you get fined if your trash can's visible for more than 6 minutes. Thing is, the land used to be part of a big family farm, generations old, and the farmer, an old-timer named Earl, still lived in his original farmhouse just beyond the new subdivision's property line. The development literally wrapped around his acreage like a noose. Picture rows of identical homes and then, bam, this weathered 2-story farmhouse sitting there with peeling paint, a rusted tractor, and a barn that had probably seen more life than half the HOA board combined. Well, one spring, Earl decided it was time to fix up the place. He hired a couple of local guys, started replacing siding, scraping off old paint, doing things his way. But the HOA, ever vigilant for crimes against blandness, spotted it almost immediately. 2 days later, a letter showed up in Earl's mailbox. Megan told me it was written like a summons from the royal court. Dear homeowner, it has come to our attention that your property exterior does not comply with the approved color palette for the Brookstone Estates community. Please select one of the following colors: sandstone beige, winter white, or misty gray, and repaint your home within 30 days to avoid fines. Earl, bless his heart, marched right up to the model home that doubled as the HOA office. Megan happened to be out gardening that morning and watched it go down. She said the HOA president, a woman named Carol, who probably practiced frowning in the mirror, opened the door, and Earl just stood there with a letter in his hand. "I got your note," he said. "I just wanted to let y'all know I don't give a damn." Carol blinked. "Excuse me? I said I ain't a part of your little color cult here. I was plowing this land before your contractor even poured his first driveway. So I'll paint my house however I damn well please." And he turned around and left, just like that. A few weeks later, everyone found out what "however I damn well please" meant. Earl must have gone to every hardware store in the county asking for leftover paint, because that house turned into something straight out of a fever dream. The front was bright lime green, one side was neon orange, the other was royal purple, and the barn door looked like it had been stolen off a circus wagon. The porch steps were checkerboard, and the shutters were half pink, half turquoise. By the end of the week, it looked like a bag of Skittles exploded. The HOA lost it. They sent more letters, called the city, even held a special emergency meeting. Megan heard them griping in the group chat, phrases like visual contamination and property value threat. Earl didn't even respond this time. When they tried to send him a fine, he called the county clerk and confirmed his land wasn't under the HOA's jurisdiction, never had been. The developer tried to buy him out years ago, and he'd told them to pound sand. So there it stood, the Technicolor farmhouse of Brookstone Estates. And it drove them absolutely insane. Families would drive by to take pictures, kids loved it, even the mail carrier laughed about it. Meanwhile, every HOA member probably lost a year of life every time they had to drive past it. A few months later, Carol showed up at Earl's property again, trying to play nice. Megan said she overheard part of the exchange while watering her plants. "Mr. Thompson," Carol said, fake smile plastered on, "perhaps you'd consider repainting to something more neutral?" Earl leaned on his porch rail, wiping his hands on a paint-stained rag. "Ma'am, this is neutral. It neutralizes the bullcrap coming out of your mouth." She turned red as a stop sign and left without another word. Last I checked, Earl's house still looks like a toddler went rogue with a paintbrush, and every beige box around it still has to follow the HOA's precious approved color scheme. Every time I visit Megan and drive past that house, I can't help grinning. It's like the neighborhood's one reminder that no matter how hard the HOA tries, they can't bleach the world into submission. Every HOA should come with an Earl clause. Like if you get too power drunk, an old farmer just appears, paints his house lime green, and restores balance to the neighborhood. You know the HOA was in full meltdown mode, emergency meetings, emails, probably trying to define visual contamination like it's a crime scene. Meanwhile, Earl's out there painting his barn like it's a Lisa Frank notebook. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.